Title: Every Night It Visits. This story begins in a suburban area with a kid named Yahya, and he lived in this nice-looking house with his mom, dad, and his two sisters, and they had just moved into that house. But a few months down the line, things started to get weird, not in a sense of the neighborhood, but the house itself. It started to feel like they weren't the only ones living there anymore, but no one ever brought it up. Yahya attended college every day, and his two sisters, high school, and both his parents were always at work. And so most of the time, the house was pretty much empty during the day. But there was this one time Yahya's parents were going on a business trip, or so they claimed, and for the first time ever, Yahya and his sisters were left home alone for 2 weeks. This seemed like a great opportunity because it also happened to be school holidays at the time, so they would be able to do anything they want. But little did they know that what was hiding within the house would make it the worst time ever. Yahya invited over his friend Ari for a sleepover, and Ari was not going to decline a request from his best friend, so he agreed without hesitation. And in that night he arrived, they started off by playing board games as a group, along with the sisters and their friends. And while everything was going nice, suddenly the lights flickered for a few seconds before complete darkness in the house. Silence quickly filled the room, and then something broke the silence. A knock on the front door. Ari turned on the flashlight on his phone, and he took Yahya along to see who was knocking. But when they got to the kitchen, they were frozen in fear when they saw the door was wide open, and there were footprints that looked like they belonged to a beast of some sort. They quickly ran to get the sisters, and all of them tried to run outside, but the doors were suddenly shut, and they tried all they wanted, but it wouldn't open. Then in the corner of her eye, Yahya's youngest sister saw something move in between the shadows that surrounded them, and they all quickly ran upstairs and got in Yahya's room, locked the door, and stayed hidden. The locked door wasn't much help because whatever they saw wouldn't have a problem with opening it. Ari was hidden under the bed with Yahya's oldest sister, and Yahya was in the closet with his youngest sister, and everyone was dead silent. And that's when the bathroom door started opening slowly. And although no one came out the bathroom, footprints started to form in the carpet, but they couldn't see anyone or anything moving. And then all of a sudden they heard a voice laugh. Then it said, "I know you're here, but I'm not quite ready to feast. Not while there's an outsider." And then after that, it was silent, and 2 minutes later, they heard the door downstairs shut closed, and the lights and music suddenly came back on. They hesitated for a few minutes, but Ari eventually got out of hiding. First, then, the rest of them followed, and everything seemed okay. But no one felt at ease for the rest of that night, and morning came, and no one slept. And then Ari called an Uber to pick him up, and he left, and the kids decided to leave the house until the parents came back and stay at Ari's house. And no one ever talked about the incident ever again. But everyone knew the truth, that if Ari wasn't there that night, they would have died. Would you like more stories like this? Then don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and also leave a comment on what genre I should do next.